Dearest Jackie, I'm divide this letter into two parts, one typewritten and the other handwritten. The typewritten part to give you the news of my visit to Newport, period. I went up there last Friday afternoon, and Caroline looks beautiful, Miss Shorth. She evidently felt rather strange the first 3 or 4 days, but then has spread her charm out and seemed in great form when I saw her. Yusha, Y-U-S-H-A, had his 2 twins there who looked very Slavic and rather green. He drove them up in his open car with this great Irish nurse holding them both in the back seat of his Buick with the top down for 6 hours, which may have been responsible for their color. Period. Alice looks beautiful and as non-committal as ever. She walks 10 yards ahead of Yusha on the beach, and I think we'll be walking increasingly far ahead of him as time goes on. She's planning to enter the actor's studio this fall, and I would think that this would produce numerous results. She spent the 3 days of the weekend in close conversation with Franz Boeb. Period. Both being artists, they had a good deal in common. Period. Everyone was up there for the golf weekend. Stanley Mortimer was heard to tell Sarah Russell that they had had a long discussion the night before and decided that Blenheim was an inn castle. Inn in quote unquote. The Smiths were there. Leverett Shaw and his wife. Period. I went over and played with Governor Roberts at Narragansett on Saturday and stayed and went to the Ishams on Saturday evening. John Isham made several speeches after dinner of the kind that we heard at the wedding. So the group was very nice. Period. I was taken into the kitchen and introduced to all the help who were just over from Ireland, and found them more attractive than the guests. I saw Chris Dunphy, who told me Mrs. Fraser's sister, Mrs. Ayres, does not think that I'm serious about politics and therefore cannot support me. On Sunday, I watched the golf tournament, which Bud Palmer and Freddie Cushing won. Bud Palmer and his wife are about to have a baby. Everyone was asking for you and asking me what I was doing in Newport. I stated I was up visiting my daughter. She was a great success on the beach and seemed to love the water. Ginny Ryan was there with her rather squinty-eyed children for a 5-week period. Miss Shaw is the loveliest figure actually on the beach and has a beautiful red-brown bathing suit that goes with her hair. She has let herself go, however, slightly around the middle. I flew back Monday with your mother, who was in an excellent humor. This is your mother flew back with me on Monday, and she's in a great humor and spoke warmly of you and Lee. Period. I hope you and Lee do not get upset in the various stories that Grace and Michael report. They both have sour grapes, and their only retort is to indicate how pleasant their life became, how pleasant Stash and Lee's life. Stash and Lee's life. I'm sure that Lee, once she feels better, will find her life to be very satisfactory in England. Those things always only last. It does show the British can be, show how bloody the British can be, but that comes as a surprise. It surprise. That looks like a graph. That looks like we will be here the first part of September, so the African trip is off. We're closing a letter from Sylvia. I took the liberty of opening as it was about, as I knew it about our prospective visit. It sounds wonderful there if we only could go, but I'm sure perhaps we can, if not this year, maybe in December. I shall. Period.